We need to again go back to the conversation on using digital platform or digitalization, and in doing so, it must be done properly, not one that brings extra cost to the ordinary Ghanaian. And that is why I'm excited that President Mahama is living to his promise of scrapping the e-levy, which became a burden to market women who wanted to save on their mobile money wallets and all of that. Because in the past, many of the constituencies or many districts today, there are no bank services available to these women or people in the informal sector. So mobile money became an avenue for them to save their resources or their little earnings after a hard day's work. So the moment a tax is placed on it, like the e-levy, that becomes a disincentive. And that is why I am happy that President Mahama has proposed to scrapping the e-levy. I believe this will encourage many more people to use digital platforms, and then we'll do away with a cash society and migrate to a cashless society. Thank you, Mr.
I'm who? Why? What do you mean you are taking me on? What does that phrase mean? You call us micro. But you are micro minority. Doesn't Abeno himself use that phrase? I don't have time for that. You think you can bully me here? Hey. Not this silly can and bully me.
You heard the word she used. What called me silly? She called me silly.
Are you a silly child?
No. We will deal with this matter. You called me silly.
I don't have time for that.
Good enough. No.
Did I mention your name? Why are you taking the hat on your head? Did I mention your name? You know you were fighting on TV about this your seat. You are coming to select your name. Did I mention your name?
You cannot call me silly.
Did I mention your name? Did I mention your name? You can carry a cross you want to carry.
You have been a torchbearer of wanting to preserve the honor and dignity of Parliament, the honor and dignity of members of Parliament, and more importantly, the honor and dignity of our political class. So, to honorable members, we do not and we should not accept that conduct and that insult. Today it is him, tomorrow it may be you. That is why we must stand united in condemning it. But to honorable minority whip, I'm pleading with you that because it's a woman, and you know Ghanaian society and our patriarchal values, forgive her. But before the forgiveness, as the Honorable Doyo, the Deputy Whip said, leader, the Honorable Mahama Yarga, we should get the affected person to render an unqualified apology to the minority whip and follow with a retraction of the story, and that should let matters rest. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Indeed, it wasn't pleasant, especially when our colleagues were only performing their duties as members of Parliament. The incident is very regrettable, but I took consolation in the fact that my colleague confirmed that the individual involved actually approached and apologized profusely. Mr. Speaker, this individual is not one of the repeat offenders who denigrate Parliament repeatedly. So, Mr. Speaker, in brief, I was only going to say that I know my colleague is not a difficult person. And since the individual involved has apologized, I was just going to appeal to my colleague to let this matter rest. I'm sure the individual involved would have learned her lessons by now that when you come to Parliament on the invitation of Parliament. This is not a thoroughfare. You come here on the authority of Mr. Speaker. And when you come here, you must act in ways that actually protect the image of Parliament. So, Mr. Speaker, once again, My colleague has every right to pursue the path he wants to pursue. But I would once again appeal to him, since he has accepted the apology of the individual involved, let the matter rest here, and then we make sure that we work together. So once again, Honorable Arnold Dompre, the Minority Chief Whip, I want to take the opportunity to appeal to you to let the matter rest, and then we'll see what we can do together. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Well, if you doubt it, listen to me. When I'm done, the video is all over social media. Speaker, I felt abused. Please address me. Speaker, with the greatest of respect, I felt very abused. And there I felt, how can a man be killed in his own backyard? Even if there should be any crucifixion, the crucifixion should not be done in my own house. So reasonably, I reached out to the chair of the committee and reported same matter. Members who were present, who heard it, who witnessed it, all came to corroborate my story. I think, Speaker, I want to put this on record, that even though she passed by to render a certain lame apology, it is totally unacceptable. And Speaker, I am compelled to resort to this approach. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have done it. And when I came in, I saw my colleague, the Honorable Governance, who I'm very close to, leader of the House. Forgive me, I didn't tell you about this. I related to him that, have I done something wrong to this lady? Why would I be abused to this extent? Where I haven't said anything. I haven't provoked you in any way. So not to belabor the point, I feel my reputation is lowered by these attacks. And the video, thankfully, there were good people around who recorded it. The video is all over. And traditional media houses are showing the video. And don't forget, it's not about me. It's about an institution called Parliament. Coincidentally, a citizen had made wild allegations against the appointment committee, and that was the subject matter of discussion, which generated into a disagreement. And so because we have not taken any action, people think they can subject Parliament and turn Parliament into a punching bag. This is unfortunate. And I'm told she's a lawyer. I was surprised the attitude she put out. Speaker, I am respectfully bringing this to your notice and further invite you, Speaker, pending the formation, I'm fully aware we have not constituted our committees. So pending the formation of the privilege committee, Speaker, I am inviting you and making pleadings to you. And I know you are one person, you are very passionate about Parliament and the respect that we should command in society as an arm of government. I'm humbly inviting you to make consequential orders and to ensure that this matter is dealt with ultimately. I am a man who respects womanhood. So in the face of extreme provocation, I just kept my calm, I kept my cool and walked away. But this abuse is a potential abuse on any of us in this chamber. And I invite my colleague to speak in corroboration, speak in support of this action that I'm inviting Speaker to do. For us, for once, let's look into the faces of our fellow compatriots and tell them that we also demand some respect in this country. The executive is respected. The judiciary is respected. Parliament cannot be battered anyhow. And as a member of this institution, Speaker, I humbly request of you to make the appropriate consequential orders to ensure that we get to the bottom of this matter. I thank you for listening to me. I'm very grateful.
First question is, at any point when the situation deteriorated, did you call for order? That's the part A. And, okay, first, that's the first question.
Yes, I did. You can hear me shouting, order, let there be order, honorable members, let there be order, let there be order. So I was trying to restore order when word was said in tree, as a moon tree cables, I'm not good at tree. So immediately that has been said, they started pulling the cables and my microphone was disconnected, and no matter how I shout, nobody can hear me.
So we are MPP ni mapa. Now we got to say MPP 4, and now say MPP ni any NDC ni ekwa. Who MPP ni no na yambu NDC ni. We are giving the EC 1 week. 1 week. 1 week, 7 days. The EC must come and declare our candidate as the winner of the presidential election. If the NDC led by Mahama Ayariga will not be reasonable, no matter Ablekumanov, based on all the evidence available, the winner, no more margins on to trust them, they will continue. They are not going to allow the EC to collect. The IGP, I am against Obey Shahai. Now, in Crofway, a Crofway in Kwasiasam, if you trust someone, we will continue to demonstrate.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our joy, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
Government is broke, government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Good morning, and let me welcome you to Good Morning Ghana on the Metro TV. It's your go-to program when you wake up every morning and you want to listen to insightful, thought-provoking, intelligent analysis, riveting, and also dispassionate conversations about what is good for the country, Ghana. And that's why you tune in every morning. We're grateful to know that you never miss the show every single day, from Monday to Friday. Thank you so very much for being a loyal viewer. And also let me say Juma Mubarak to our Muslim brothers and sisters. Today is Friday, and we'll all be expected to be at the mosque from any moment from 12 till about 1:30 p.m. So once again, Juma Mubarak. My name is Aldo Moro. It's a pleasure coming your way on Friday with the Friday edition of Good Morning Ghana. So I'll go straight to the point and take a look at the front pages of the newspapers. I'll start with the Daily Graphic this morning. The Daily Graphic says, WAPCO shut down, government fixes power deficit, procures alternative fuels to keep light on, deliver your best to Ghanaians. That's according to GPCC to government appointees. Ghana's Hajj quota increased by 1,000 pilgrims. Government pledges Takrady Market project completion. Military chiefs pledge support for defense minister. The Ghanaian Times. Awudome Cemetery falls apart. Deteriorating facility turned into criminal den. Clote Colley MP advocates stricter measures against cybercrime. Teacher jailed 120 months for stealing banks 238,550. Collaborate with Finance Minister for funding to complete Anomabo Fisheries College President to Fisheries Minister. The New Weekend Crusading Guide. War on illegal. Minister goes tough on Galamseyers. Remove mining machines from forest reserves within 2 weeks. Or, it comes with, Kumasi High Court adjourns fraud case against Yahya Tamimu and others to 3rd March. Gadangbe Youth endorse Reverend Helbert Ni Ayi Anan. A bid for Council of State representative, that's what it means. There's also child custody battle. Karen Baba Sam defies court order, still on the run, with minors supposed to be in school. Kumasi KGL Group construct ultra-modern mental health facility to honor Asanteman Otunfo. Ghana Gas staff celebrate Dr. Ben Kedi Asante, appeal for technical success. Kumasi High Court adjourns fraud case against Yahya Tamimu and others. I think I've looked at this already. The Insight newspaper. Alleged attempt to incite political violence. Care Ghana calls for the immediate arrest of NPP MP Anodompre. Reduce residential facility user fees for UG students. Education Minister urges Legon Varsity Management. Ghana Gas faces huge debt crisis as VRA struggles to meet its debt service obligation. NSA Frifa commends Mahama for empowering youth in his government. The Informer newspaper. KGL Group honors Asanteman Otunfo, attempts to blame Bamia for NPP's defeat. Now, Buffalo Soldier and Orkweno joins ancestors today. Live in peace, SIC staff advise Dia Yentumi. Bahama restores Republic holiday to be observed as National Prayer and Thanksgiving Day. Treat Pooley's death as criminal, IGP tells football fans. The Inquisitor. Conmen ITDC seat, workers on high alert. Stop press. Suppliers chase Kofi Amwa Aban's Rigworld for payment. Collins Dowd exposes 5.4 million hash board debt. KGL Group honors Otunfo Asanteman with mega ultra modern mental health facility. The Daily Statesman. Be wary of praise singers. Chief cautions Maham. Comes to the picture of Nana Kobian Ketia, the fifth, the Omahini of the Esikado traditional area. KGL Group launches mental health project in Kumasi. Vetting Chaos Committee resumes hearing today. Amin Adam, Ghana can reach 18% tax to GDP ratio by 2025. National Service Authority adopts cashless payment system. Felix Jamefi, Director General of the National Service Authority. His picture is right there. The Ghanaian Publisher. I fully paid all business debt. Apenyo Markin. I won't run away. Baba Sam replies ex-partner. KGL honors Otunfo with mental health facility. Yakubu Tale resigns as ADB MD. Bahama proposes July 1 as National Prayer Day. Daily Post. Unlocked chiefs give Speaker 5 days to identify MP who called Zenato Rawlings daughter of a murderer. I will improve free SHS, Mahama reaffirms. Mustafa Gbande appointed Deputy Director of Operations at Presidency. And government announces reintroduction of road, bridge tolls. The Catholic Standard. We are committed to safeguarding Catholic faith. Bishops. March 7, dedicated to prayer for beautification of Cardinal Derry. Marshalllands. KSGI support church stance on Freemasonry. Bishop Jamefi urges consecrated persons to be pilgrims of hope. And the one too many, disruptive parliamentary behavior assails public trust. And then the Business and Financial Times. Core PME survey launched to assess phase 2 of PFJ. Drive down data cost, grow cybersecurity fund, according to ACDT. Fuel price stability, TOR modernization, pipeline network, and tax reform key, COMAG. So that's it for the front page stories of our newspapers. When we come back, I'll let you in on our guest for today, and then we'll start our conversation. Stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana.
Experience the enhanced protection of Star Motor Third Party Extra from Star Assurance, an enhanced motor third party insurance policy that provides cover for loss or damage to your vehicle's windscreens, side mirrors, back glass, and other glass components. Whether it's a crack or major damage, you can drive with the assurance that your vehicle is well protected. Our commitment to you includes affordable coverage options and a claims process that is both fast and straightforward, so you spend less time dealing with paperwork and more time on the road. Also, we have proudly partnered with Hope for Little Lives, an organization dedicated to supporting children in need. By choosing Star Motor Third Party Extra, you're protecting your vehicle and making a positive impact. Every policy you buy helps bring joy and support to children in underserved communities. Reach out to us now on our toll-free numbers 0800 177 177 or 0302 245 906 to sign up. Let us help you drive with peace of mind and purpose. Star Motor Third Party Extra. Drive with confidence, give back with heart.
Star Assurance, your solid partner.
Look around. Home also need a makeover. Mine clearly does. So we went to Ashroom and found the Como collection. It had everything we're looking for and more. Merchant furniture for the entire home, designed with you in mind.
Where's Como collection? Dressing up is just a breeze. Always ready with a perfect accessory.
A magic dressing mirror. One look and you're ready to face the world. Or at least the kids.
A bed perfect for young men who want
a table that turns into a treasure chest.
And finally, a sofa with this grand TV unit for family time at home.
Head over to any Ashphone store now and discover the new Como collection. Ashphone, feel it, know it.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
In an era where fire safety is paramount, Kabori Film Compound Technologies Limited stands out as a leader in the development of innovative fire dousing solutions. With a focus on aqueous film forming foam, the company provides a cutting-edge product that significantly enhances fire suppression capabilities across various sectors, including maritime, industrial and emergency response.
The oil and gas sector, along with chemical manufacturing facilities and fire services.
Kabori's advanced film technology offers a more efficient and environmentally responsible alternative.
Kabori is recognized for its superior extinguishing capabilities and prolonged resistance to reignition. Kabori's product is certified by the Ghana National Fire Service, the Ghana Standards Authority, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the Nigerian Standards Organization.
Kabori Film Compound Limited is situated in Nsawam within the eastern region of Ghana. For inquiries, reach out to them on 0245 885 288 or 0244 514 048. You may also contact them via email at info@kaborifilm.com. Kabori Film Compound Technologies Limited, providing film compound solutions to help institutions.
Who are you? Who are you? Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bready poor mattress anymore? Don some slippers, then follow me. It is by the mattress we did the front there. Yeah? That be the mattress where the dead for. Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all. Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like ash foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
Customer. I don't know who was to say.
Malaria been actually me, man. No more drama, man. Still.
One of them give us.
Give us a solid.
Yeah. Sorry. What rest of so give us here and turn down.
But you got some. But you may give us the and turn down.
Give us about me, sir.
Maybe I try the and turn down.
Customer. Give us that turn down. Back.
Onuya kayo oba wa fa furo nom de o ma no banu fo nom akwada woni mfie dumie no ono nso no.
All right, welcome back. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. So my guests this morning are seated. In fact, one of them is seated. The other will be joining us shortly. And he's a youth advocate and will forever be a youth advocate. And he's also a former NUCS president, a former national youth organizer of the NDC. I'm talking about the Honorable Edem Agbana, who is a member of parliament for the Ketu North constituency. He's joined us this morning to look at the big stories in the newspapers. Also joining us shortly will be Mr. Ernest Adade, who is a member of the MPP's communications team. Will also be joining us. Edem, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to see you, bro.
I mean, always a pleasure to be here on
the last time you were
Metro.
here was, must have been 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Baby.
Yeah. It must have been on a Thursday.
On a Thursday with Vincent.
Asifwa.
Honorable Vincent.
Yes.
But always good to be here. And I must say that you have beautiful studios.
Yeah.
All your studios are very beautiful. So.
Yeah. This is Metro TV. This is the Ignite Media Group.
Beautiful.
We are first among equals.
Let me say good morning to our cherished viewers across the world and to the good people of Ketu North. I'm really grateful to them for the support and everything they are doing to help me succeed as Member of Parliament. Today is exactly a month since I was voted. I was sworn in as Member of Parliament.
True.
Yeah,
today the 7th of January. February.
Yes, so
and you were sworn in on 7th of
exactly.
January. Yeah,
so
that's a month.
We've done a month
already.
Wow. We've done some incredible things already. So let me say good morning to my people and to thank them for their prayers and their support, especially to the chiefs, the Queen Mothers, the stakeholders, pastors, everybody in Ketu North and the youth. I'm grateful for their support. Let me also say good morning to my friend and brother Coleman. Robert Coleman of Wembley
Sports Stadium.
This greeting is on purpose.
Right.
It's a reminder to him that I promised the good people of Ketu North a beautiful astroturf.
Okay.
I have seen videos of what the project is doing in Agona Swedru, Honorable Queen Stapoquest constituency. I'm reminding him that he's my friend.
It's your turn.
Right after Agona, he must move to Ketu North. If not, I will send a delegation of chiefs to his house. So it's a reminder to him. I know he loves Metro TV.
I know.
It's a beautiful thing he's doing in Agona Swedru.
The thing about Robert Coleman is that when he wakes up in the morning and he doesn't tune into Good Morning Ghana, it's almost as if he's not had breakfast. I mean, his day will not be complete.
I want to believe this morning he's watching. If he's not, please send the producers should send a recording to him that we are serving notice.
So this one is a threat.
That the chiefs and people of Ketu North are serving notice. That he must come down and start our AstroTurf project this year. Because what he's doing in Agona is very beautiful AstroTurf. I've seen the videos. And all the auxiliary facilities that they are adding to it. I think it's a beautiful thing. And I will be very happy to give the people of Ketu North an AstroTurf. And I hope a befitting one. I hope we start a project this year. So good morning to Robert. He should come and cut the story. Let's start the project even before we start getting.
Speaking about Robert Coleman, I've told you that every morning he doesn't miss Good Morning Ghana.
Okay.
So he said, he just sent me a message. He said, "You people, good morning." I don't know what that means. So that's the Agona Swedru.
Yes.
AstroTurf. This is beautiful.
It will be commissioned by the end of this month.
This is
I think we must commend the MP for the area as well. And President Mahama. President Mahama took a special interest in this particular AstroTurf.
Okay. So, he was there for the. He was there when
Then he was flag bearer of the NDC. So they started a project when we were in opposition.
So I have some good news for you.
Okay, what's
Robert Coleman says I should tell you that he will sort you out. That's a firm
This
promise.
calls for celebration.
Oh yeah, it does.
Do you have a champagne here?
No, we will all be there when you are finally commissioning it. So that's
if you have a champagne, bring it. Thank you so much.
Brother, I'll sort him out.
Thank you.
He says, no fears at all. He has added no fears at all.
No fears at all.
Yes, yes. No, but I'm actually
my Paramount teams are watching.
I'm actually blown away by what I'm seeing.
Yes,
you mean this is in Ghana?
One. Ghana, yeah.
Wow.
Agona Swedo, Honorable Queensta Poku's constituency.
No, but Robert is doing some
very beautiful,
fantastic,
very beautiful.
You know,
yes.
Wow. I mean, he's taking this whole AstroTurf thing to a different level, eh?
We must. I think it has a way. It has in a way contributed massively to boosting the confidence of our grassroots footballers and the young people.
Okay.
I recall I have a football team. A couple of months ago, myself and Sharaf Mahama, President Mohammed's son, arranged for my team in Ketu North to come play on the AstroTurf at Ajingano.
Okay.
And for many of these young players, it was their first time playing on an AstroTurf. And we made sure the match was played at about 8 p.m. And so they played under the floodlight.
Okay.
It was a different experience for them. And my Nukuno boys were so excited that every day they keep asking me, when next are we going to Accra to play another match on an AstroTurf? But it would be good to have AstroTurfs in every district, in every constituency. And it must be done to standard. I think that we must understand that sports is a very powerful tool, even to address issues of disunity and tribal conflicts. Not too long ago, there were some disturbances in the Nkwanta area, inter-tribal conflicts.
Okay.
And I tell people that we have many solutions to some of these things, peace building.
Okay.
But one of the proven solutions is sports. Sports is a unifier.
Yeah.
So you have a football team. Let's say you have a team called Nkwanta FC, and members of the various groups or tribes that are fighting, some are defenders, some are strikers, midfielders. When they gather to play against a different community, it brings all the people together.
Yeah.
So some way, somehow, let us spread the facilities across all the districts. My pain in the last 8 years was that even though the MPP government did well by building a number of AstroTurfs, they politicized the entire process. And so if you check the number of the places where these AstroTurfs were built, most, if not all, were built in constituencies that the NPP had the seats. Most, if not all. I mean, you can check. You can go and check. And so you have a region like the Volta, the whole Volta region, not a single one, apart from then what the Honorable Amewu got for the people of Hohwe. And that is because NPP won Hohwe constituency in the year 2020, in the 2020 elections. Apart from that, Ho didn't have the resource center that they tried building. They left it abandoned, not completed, and no other constituency in the whole Volta region. When you go to the northern region, it was same. There are many other areas that, so if you are not an MPP MP that could benefit from funding from either Ghana Gas or GNPC and all of that, it was difficult to get the AstroTurf in your constituency. I believe that it must be done across board.
Okay.
Every district, every constituency, in every region should benefit from these facilities because it will go a long way to promote sports. And so I'm grateful to Mr. Robert Coleman, the anchor, the main brain behind this project. And it will be beautiful to see what he's able to do across the country. I pray that the new sports minister, the Honorable Kofi Idi Adams, will partner with him and let's get the institutions providing the funding so that the AstroTurfs can be taken to every corner of this country. So I'm grateful to him that the assurance that he has given me that the good people of Ketu North will soon see one of the beautiful Wembley sports built AstroTurfs in my constituency. Boro.
Okay. We have some videos, video footages that perhaps if we have some time we can also show you, because you mentioned the Queensta Poku, Queensta. What's the name of the MP again? The neighbor sisters.
Queensta Poku
Soy. Exactly. And the AstroTurf, which was built for her, and actually the events that took place on that day. And maybe when we have time, we would show you excerpts of that. It's a beautiful thing, and we believe that as a media house that believes in, local entrepreneurship, when people are doing things that we believe are good, and we should be showcasing it for the rest of the world to know that we have the men to do the job here.
Yeah.
Given the right environment and the right support, they will do a fantastic job. But let's now come back to our main discussion for today. And Adam, my understanding is that you are looking for the person or the culprit who held or who made those disparaging comments about the MP for Korle Klottey. I'm talking about the Honorable Dr. Zenator Agyeman-Rawlings. It was a matter that happened, must have been early this week, must have been Monday or so, Monday or Tuesday or so. And since then,
I think it was Wednesday.
Must have been Wednesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
I was in Parliament. Yeah.
Yes. And it's generated all kinds of reactions, both privately and publicly. We've seen situations where we've seen the Anlo chiefs issuing a statement asking for Parliament to speed up its investigations and actually get to the bottom of this. In fact, just yesterday, there was a group that went to Parliament from the constituency to petition the Speaker of Parliament on this matter. I've also seen a statement issued by a former Okaikwe Central MP, your own friend, Alhaji Said Sinari, who is condemning this in no uncertain terms. What exactly is happening? I mean, were you in Parliament that day?
Yes,
Do you have an idea who
Tuesday.
said those things about Senator Rawlings?
Well,
before you go ahead, let me just acknowledge that Mr. Ernest Adade has joined us. The indefatigable Ernest Adade has joined us. Happy New Year.
You used to be my friend, and so you abandoned me.
Don't do that.
We have just re-established the relationship.
No. We never lost it.
We never lost it.
No, it's always there. It's always there.
I know that.
You're my man. Don't do that.
I know that.
I hear you, boss. The thing about you is if I don't clear the mischief, you allow it to stay.
I do it small, not plenty.
Small. And it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
How are you,
too. I think this year we haven't met, right?
Yeah, we haven't. We've just spoken a few times. But we haven't met.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year once again. And many happy returns.
And
anyway,
greetings to my brother.
Adam,
yes.
Your very good friend Adam is also here.
So let me welcome my brother as well.
Right.
So, Moro, I think it was on Tuesday, and we were in Parliament.
Okay.
When a statement was read.
Okay.
And that was on the 4th.
Right.
4th of February. So a statement was read in memory of the Honorable Dr. J.B. Dankwa. And so, as the standing orders permits, when a formal statement is read in the chamber, people are allowed, or members of Parliament are allowed to make a comment or two on the statement. But your comment must not provoke a debate. And so those are some of the rules that we work with. So in response to the comments on the statement, the Honorable Murtala Mohammed, MP for Tamale Central, eulogized Dr. J.B. Dankwa and praised him for his contributions to Ghana's independence and all of that, but referenced a book in which the Dr. J.B. Dankwa was referred to as a traitor or somebody who had betrayed the Republic, something like that. And clearly, he referenced the book, even went further to mention the title of the book and the author of the book, to say that was another aspect of the history that we shouldn't forget. And so, in the course of the deliberations and then the arguments, some hecklings here and there, minutes after we brought to a close conversation on that matter, some people sent the videos to us. So when I saw the video, yes, I was in Parliament, but But because it was heckling and counter-heckling, I clearly did not hear even that comment from anybody. But others heard it. So when the video came, others heard it. But at the time, it was difficult to identify
exactly
from the video exactly who made those comments. Because in Parliament, when you speak and you not speak into the microphone, it is not captured by official records. So,
which is the Hansard.
Which is the Hansard. So because the person did not speak or did not say it as part of his or her submission, but it was, let me say, a commentary from behind, not into the microphone. It's even difficult for the table office to capture exactly who made those disparaging, those unfortunate comments about the former president. And I support calls for proper investigations to be done into this matter, for the culprit to be identified. Because where we are today, this Fourth Republic that has been sustained over the period from 1992 till today, over 30 years, you cannot write the history of Ghana. You cannot talk about democracy in this republic without crediting His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings. And for many of us, he is not only an icon in Ghana, but he is an icon globally. And he is a man that all of us must join hands to celebrate. And for you to make such comments about him, it is very unfortunate. And I believe that we must investigate and find out who specifically made those comments. Again, why do we even think that the daughter of the former president, an honorable member of the House, serving her third or fourth term, I stand to be corrected, who throughout her political career has maintained high level of decency? And I tell people that if you're looking for members of parliament who have lived up to expectation, who are so decent, even in their choice of words and in their conducts, the Honorable Zaneto Ajiman Rawlings is one of such members of parliament. So, without any provocation, she is on her feet to speak, and you describe her in those terms and say those unfortunate or make those unfortunate remarks. I think that it is an indictment on the entire House of Parliament, and we must make sure that we identify the member of Parliament who said that from the side of the minority, and the person must face sanctions. I am of the view that the minority leadership should help identify the person, the culprit, because it came from their side. And clearly, when you watch the video, even the minority leader himself, Honorable Afenyomakin, was not happy about the comment, because you could see the expression on his face and his reaction when he turned back, tried to attempted shutting the person up, but the video could not capture who made the comment, but it captured his reaction. And so it tells you that even the leadership or the minority leader himself was not pleased with such an unfortunate remark about President Jerry John Rawlings of blessed memory. So let's identify the person, for the person to face some sanctions, because regardless of whatever disagreement that we may have, regardless of where you belong politically, there are some comments that are unacceptable and they must not be tolerated. And some of these things goes to create bad image for the entire parliament, because we work as a unit, we work as a house. And so I want to plead with the minority leadership to help us identify the culprit so that the person who faces some sanctions or the person himself to act in good faith, come out, own up to those words and apologize. And what is even more worrying is that when you pay attention to the video, after the person made the initial comment, it appears as though somebody may have corrected or alerted him that this comment is not in place. Then the person retorted again, claiming that they have evidence. I don't know if you paid attention.
Yes, I heard that.
We said that again.
I heard that.
That say there were evidence or something like that. Please, we are members of parliament representing our various constituents. We are representing the good people of Ghana. Some conduct, some actions are expected of us because where we have been placed by virtue of this constitution is a privileged position. And we must act right so that the dignity of the house is protected. We can have our disagreements. We can argue on the house. Look, I recall that a couple of weeks ago, when we were taking through orientation, we had leadership of both sides speaking to us during orientation. And one of the comments that, profound comments that Honorable Afenyomakin made, and because I am NDC, I'm taking from the others, I said, look, in this house, tempers may get high. In this house, we will disagree and we always disagree to agree. But in all our actions, we should remember that when you are a member of parliament, your conduct can be taken as a reflection of the entire house. And so if we know all of these things and we cannot live up to our own words, and we use such words on the floor of the house, we describe the former president in this manner, it is very unfortunate. Parliament can do well to identify the culprit. But I'm saying again that the culprit, the said MP, must act in good faith, come out, own up to his words, take responsibility, apologize, so that you save all of us this difficult task of trying to identify whose voice it is. So far, 2 MPs have been accused. All of them, both of them came out to deny. They first accused the Honorable Abu Jinapo. He came out with a disclaimer. Then the Honorable Asafoeje, MP for Bosomi Freo, he also came out to issue a disclaimer strongly that it is not his voice. Whose voice is it? Because that voice clearly did not come from the public gallery. We were all in the house. We would have heard it. If it came from the public gallery, everybody, even in the video, would have seen that. It came from the minority side. We should be able to identify who made those comments. And I want to thank the chiefs of Anglo-Land. I saw their press statement yesterday. And when you talk of Anglo-Duko, Ketu North is part.
Okay.
Ketu South is part.
Before you even go ahead with this, I think that let me just read the statement for our viewers who have not chanced upon it, have not cited it, so that it can put your commentary on it in a proper perspective. So you can see that the Speaker of Parliament, Parliament House, Accra, Ghana, dear sir, petition to help identify the Member of Parliament who uttered the blasphemous words with "Shut up, you daughter of a murderer," during the approval session of vetted ministers on Tuesday, 4th February 2025. I hereby petition your esteemed office in my capacity as the Awadada of Anglo-Duko, acting on behalf of the Abadada, of the Anglo-Duko, acting on behalf of the Awo Mafia, Togui Street III, the overlord of the Anglo-Duko, and also on behalf of the chiefs and people of Anglo-Land. It will be recalled that during the approval session of Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, there was a heated fury. Heated about the two. Anyway, so furore in Parliament that evening. In the state of the fury, Ghanaians and other persons all over the world who were glued to their TV sets and listening on their radio sets heard an honorable member shouting defamatory and obscene words to wit, "Shut up, you the daughter of Hamedra," ostensibly as said as Honorable Zenato Ajima Rawlings, who is the eldest daughter of the illustrious son of Anglo-Land. And please lift the thing up so that I can, good. And the former president of the Republic of Ghana. Our information pointed earlier to Honorable Abu Jinapo, a member of Parliament for Damango constituency in the Savannah region, and one Honorable Nana Kwame Asafo, JMP for Bosomifreho. Both have denied being the authors of the alleged obscene and defamatory comment. The overlord of Anglo Duko, Togisi III, and the chiefs and people of Anglo Duko are furious about the unfortunate development in the August House and are desirous of identifying the member of parliament who made the disparaging remarks against the son of Anglo-Land to help us advise ourselves as to the next step to take. The Anglo Duko will be grateful if our request is granted and the said individual is identified on or before the 10th of February 2025, which is just in 3 days' time. So since yours sincerely, Togbi Agbesi Awusu III, the Awadada, right? Abadada of Anglo Duko, copied Awumafia Togbi III, Anglonga, Honorable Zenato Ajibai Rawlings, Member of Parliament for the Klote Kole Parliament and then also Parliament House, Accra. So that's the statement which has been issued by the Anglo chiefs.
The statement is in place because before his demise, President Rawlings was a chief within the Anglo Duko Council because he is an Anglo.
Right.
President Rawlings is highly revered, not just within the Anglo Council, but beyond this continent. And so for anyone, any member of parliament, to spew such blasphemous words against the son of the Anglo-Land in that manner, it must not be tolerated. We will not tolerate it if it is done to any other former president or leader of the republic. And you see, what is very surprising is that a couple of weeks ago or days ago, the minority in parliament demanded an apology from the Honorable Ama Kofi Boa for describing President Akufo-Addo's tenure. He did not describe President Akufo-Addo in this manner. He described his governance in a way that they saw to be unpalatable and demanded an apology, for which reason they were against his approval. So imagine, because I'm on the majority side, I say 8 people died in the 2020 elections, which President Akufo-Addo ultimately benefited from because he was the president that sworn in. Is that enough ground for me to describe President Akufo-Addo as a murderer? How would the NPP have reacted if I described President Akufo-Addo as a murderer? And so you demanded an apology for people from an MP who described your governance as terrible, described President Akufo-Addo's governance as one that is a classical example of how not to govern. That you found offensive. And yet you are shielding a colleague who spewed this blasphemous words against President Rawlings. I think that is unacceptable, and the minority must produce the culprit. The Speaker has been petitioned. I also know that there was a petition from the constituency, the Krole Kote constituency.
Yeah.
And many others may be on their way coming. People are asking that if Parliament indeed is interested in protecting the dignity of the House, we should be able to produce the culprits. And now, if you are a man, and you claim, even in the video, that you had evidence, come out and take responsibility for your words.
Okay.
You don't say these things about President Rawlings and be allowed to go scot-free. The Speaker is currently out of the jurisdiction. But I believe that this matter will not be glossed over or swept under the carpet. Whatever it is, we will do our best to identify the culprit. This may sound as a warning, but it is not. I know Abadada, Tobi Agbesi Awusu, and I know Tobi Sri and all the other chiefs within the Anglo Council.
Yeah.
It is in our best interest to produce
get to the bottom of this
before the 10th February that they have stipulated in their letter.
Right.
It is in all of us our collective best interest.
I see. But there's a bigger issue, and I'll raise I'll pick your points, I'll pick your opinion on that. I mean, there's a bigger issue about what is gradually beginning to look like a desecration of the image of Parliament. You have situations where people have made these kinds of comments in the House. So basically the attitude of some members of Parliament and how perhaps the Privileges Committee is not doing a good job in trying to nip this in the bud. And it was actually a conversation we had yesterday on Good Morning Ghana. That, look, generally there's a certain view that civility and decorum is giving way to some kind of indiscipline, you know, and the fact that, you know, civility is fast declining at a very alarming rate, you know, and sometimes it's over some petty issues, you know, and how maybe it is time for Parliament to crack the whip in ways that would discourage persons from doing the kinds of things they're doing. Interestingly, I saw Anodompre in one of the videos that we played in the beginning of calling for decorum and so on, because somebody had said something to him in Parliament. And yet, we saw him say all kinds of things. I mean, he was the same Anodompre who was telling people to go and beat up, NDC people anytime they attempt to, if the Ablekuma North seat does not go in their favor, you know. And you see, we must learn to walk the talk. You can't in one breath be talking about, you know, civility, discipline, and so on, and then in another breath you're making all kinds of comments. You know,
I agree.
I'll come back to you on that.
Okay, I want just a quick bite on it before.
Okay, so that when Ernest starts, you don't interrupt him.
Can deal with the two. I think that again, we must be principled politicians, very principled politicians. One of the things I cannot stand, I have so much disgust for, is people who have double standards on issues. Let me begin with this issue of Ablekuma North briefly. I am surprised that today, members of Parliament on the minority side are claiming that if the EC does not expedite actions and declare results for Ablekuma North, they will not even take part in proceedings and all the other threats that they are given, because the people of Ablekuma North deserve representation. I agree that they deserve representation. I agree that it is unacceptable for any constituency to be without representation in the House, because it is their constitutional right. I agree that the EC and all the stakeholders must expedite action for us to get the winner, and I believe the NDC candidate won the elections per the results that are available to us, so that the Rabina can be declared the MP for her to be sworn in and she will join the majority caucus. But these are people that sat in the House for 4 years when SAL was without representation. Why? The people of SAL, the people in the SAL constituency, excuse me, are they not human beings? Are they lesser of human beings than people in other constituencies? And that is the hypocrisy that I hate. That the people of SAL were without MP for 4 good years. Even when courts declared that the people of Techiman South could not be without representation. And so the Honorable, I forgot his name, the MPP MP, Matt J. Kosa,
yes,
should continue serving as the MP until a determination of the court. They left the people of Sal without MP for 4 years.
But Adam, he doesn't want a repetition of that. That's why he is.
And I'm saying
they
that.
Want to fast track.
And I'm saying that I agree that I agree that Ablekuma North should have representation.
Yes.
Just like any other constituency. But the hypocrisy is when you sat and said nothing about Sal. When you watch on when Sal was denied representation, and even constitutional lawyers described that as the cardinal sin of the Fourth Republic for 4 years, because as for Sal, they were going to get an NDC MP, and so they could afford to be without MP for 4 good years. And today, you are making noise a month into the year, you are making noise that a constituency has been denied representation. That is the hypocrisy that I detest.
Yeah.
My point is that let us get the EC to declare the results, do things properly. I believe the NDC won that seat.
Okay.
But the MPP has no moral authority to comment on a constituency not having representation when they watch on, presided over, and supervised the denial of representation for the people of South for 4 good years. Now I'll come back to the issue of civility. I agree that continuously you get messages, people confront you about what's happening. Why does it seem as though the image of Parliament is declining and all of that? Well, when you watch parliaments across the world, you always have heated arguments. Even once in a while, you see the scaffolds.
Yeah.
You see, I follow parliaments like that in South Africa, where even there were times that president was denied. You know, parliamentarians will be on their feet and say they will not let the president give State of the Nation address, and many others. Some of those things, even when you read deeper about how Parliament works, they will tell you that sometimes heckling and all of those things are part.
Allowed.
They are allowed. They are part of the parliamentary business. But my point is that at every point in time, we must show respect to each other. We can disagree, but do it in a very decorous manner.
Okay.
We must always represent how we want to be addressed.
Right.
There are people who are of the view that even MPs or some MPs do not deserve the honorable title.
Yeah.
I disagree. This is what the House gives everybody. But we must invite the respect that we want. And so, for example, on social media, when this issue about MFR and Hardcastle, my sister MFR and the Honorable Anodon Press issue, some members of Parliament, even on our side, demanded that MFR should apologize, if you follow the story very well.
Yes.
Some of the critics of MF's actions are today on social media saying that she has been vindicated because of some of the commentary that comes from her. So it is unfortunate. I think that we ought to be worried about the image of the House. And Speaker himself, in his formal communication to the House on Tuesday, expressed worry over these developments. All of us must take a cue from it. Let's learn to be civil, disagree in a manner that still we can maintain mutual respect for each other. And that is why the beginning point will be for the minority to identify the culprits who made those blasphemous remarks. Very, very important for us to start from that point.
I mean, it's not just about, for me, it's not just about the Zanato matter. For me, I'm more concerned about the image of Parliament. Because I've said it time and again that Parliament is at the heart of the democracy that we're practicing. If we get Parliament wrong, we are all messed up. So it is important that they get to the point, because you need to regain the kind of respect and the kind of recognition that Ghanaian gives you as parliamentarians. You guys have a lot of work to do in doing that. And Speaker, I'm sure, is fully aware of this, and he would have to crack the whip. I remember when those 4 MPs were suspended, we heard all kinds of things that were said about the suspension of those 4 MPs. And then a couple of days later, the suspension was reversed. I didn't think it should have been, but that's fine. So Kojo Chumbuafo, your big brother and friend, has sent us a message.
Congratulations to him.
He says, Kojo is going to where? Kojo Chumbuafo is going to...
FIC.
FIC, yes, Financial Intelligence Center. Anyway, so good morning, Moro. Is there one good reason why Anodon Pre has not been invited by the police and quizzed over potential public order offenses and inciting violence? Or is the IGP waiting for Anodon Pre to kill someone so that he can visit his family? He wants to know. And someone says that whoever did it must be identified and punished severely so that the person does not repeat what they have done. Let me read this from Simmons. You know Simmons of the Accra Times. He's also the Dean of the Parliamentary Press Corps. Now, he sends us this message. He said, good morning. The MP who made that unfortunate and unintelligent comment should know that but for President Rawlings, there wouldn't have been a Fourth Republic of which he can be described as an MP today. But for Rawlings, Kufuor, Professor Mills, Akufo-Addo, and President Mahama would never have been president in Ghana. That's why President Rawlings remains the founder of the Fourth Republic, the longest republic in the history of Ghana. If the MPs can't identify the MP, the gods of Anglo State must locate him immediately. This rubbish from a supposed honorable MP ought to cease henceforth. Simmons, good morning. It's good to hear from you. Let me also read to you what Alhaji Sinari, Said Sinari, a former Cairo Central, has issued on this particular matter. And he says, as Speaker of Parliament, Accra, Ghana, 5th February 2025. Dear Right Honourable Speaker, condemning the defamatory remark against Dr. Zanato Ajima Rawlings, I write to you today as a former Member of Parliament for Ayawaso Central, compelled to address an abhorrent remark made by a Member of Parliament under your watch concerning Dr. Zanato Ajima Rawlings. To label her as the daughter of a murderer is not only a grotesque affront to her character, but also an egregious insult to the legacy of our revered former President Jerry John Rawlings. Chairman Rawlings' leadership, for some of us who worked with him, was defined by a commitment to justice, accountability, and the power of the marginalized. He championed the cause of the people and fought against corruption and tyranny. His contributions to our nation remain unparalleled, and it's both disgraceful and cowardly for any self-acclaimed MP to tarnish the legacy by launching such baseless and unsubstantiated accusations. The brazen attack demonstrates a shocking level of ignorance and a complete disregard for the values of decency and respect that should be the hallmark of our legislative body. To hide behind the guise of political discourse while perpetuating such vile and unfounded accusations is nothing short of cowardly. This MP, whose identity must be revealed and scrutinized, has displayed an appalling lack of judgment and abhorrent character that tarnishes the reputation of Parliament as a whole under your leadership. To the MP who made this disgraceful and uncivilized comment, your words reflect not only your pitiable intellect, but also your utter moral bankruptcy. You have shown yourself to be a desperate vagabond, a coward hiding behind political rhetoric to launch tasteless and unfounded attacks. Such conduct is an embarrassment to the institution of Parliament and a disservice to the very people you claim to represent. I beseech you, Mr. Speaker, to take swift action to investigate this disgraceful comment from an irresponsible and reckless criminal who holds the offending so-called MP accountable for this distasteful remarks. Such an individual capable of such base and malicious behavior has no right to serve in a position meant to uphold the dignity and integrity of our legislative process. In addition, I invoke the words of Holy Quran. Indeed, those who harm the believers, both men and women, without a mistake they have committed, have certainly borne upon themselves a slander and a manifest sin. Quran 33:58. May this serve as a poignant reminder to the MP of the consequences of the slanderous comment. Yours sincerely, His Excellency Alhaji Said Sinari, former Member of Parliament for the Ayawaso Central constituency. So, good morning. That's another viewer from the UK, Mansa Musa, is a loyal viewer of Good Morning Ghana. It's allegedly said that if he, Arnaud Dompré, who is supposed to be a lawmaker, is encouraging violence to be met with more violence, if he doesn't understand what is the rule of law, if he's publicly advocating for street violence and advising one group of Ghanaians to engage another group in physical fight, he has shown that he is an opponent to any peaceful resolutions to occasional misunderstandings. With this state of mind, what is he doing in the Parliament? He has betrayed the sanctity of Parliament. He's not honorable. He must leave. That's Mansa Musa from the UK. All right. So those are some of the comments. In fact, I have quite a lot of them, but these are the ones that I'll be able to read for now. Ernest, you are not a member of Parliament, but I'm sure you've been following what has been happening. And the general talk about the image of Parliament, which it appears to be fast declining, and Parliament needs to do something about it. I don't know whether you have any ambitions of ever becoming an MP one day, but I say that it's important that the image and the reputation of Parliament is protected. What do you make of all that has happened? The distasteful comments or the comments that were made or remarks that were made against Zanato Rawlings and the reactions that this has generated. And again, if you go on social media, it's massive. It's a big conversation that's been happening there in the last couple of days or the last few days. What do you make of this matter? Of course, plus the another matter that Eric
thank you,
earlier.
thank you, Moro, and special greetings to my brother Adam and all the viewers all over, wherever they might be. Moro, with Parliament, I would have liked to start with His Excellency, the former President, Jerry John Rawlings, and the statement that the fellow made on the floor, so that I'll come to the parliamentary one. They are all in Parliament, so it tells the same story. And I will agree with anybody who thinks that Parliament, the name we put on them as honorable members, is fast deteriorating, fast eroding. And they, as parliamentarians, first will have to do something about it. Whether they like it or not, it is the people of Ghana that put them there, because the power resides in we, the people of Ghana. So they are only representing us. And if they embarrass themselves, there is an Akan saying that the madman's family is always embarrassed. That is not to say parliamentarians are mad. No, that's not what I'm saying. But it is a saying, it's an adage. What it means is that if you have a brother and your brother misbehaves, you are smeared with the same embarrassment. So if we put them there, the whole world is looking at them, and they go and they do things that do not go well or go well. The embarrassment is not only on them. Yes, my brother Adam is a parliamentarian. But if somebody is watching in the US, in the UK, in Togo, everywhere, anywhere in the world, you will say the Ghanaian parliament are doing A, B, C, D. And the embarrassment is on every Ghanaian anywhere in the world. That is what they should be guided by. Not only the statement somebody made, but we have been coming down and down and down and down. Every parliament in the world from time to time have issues. We have seen the UK parliament up in arms, and we have seen recently there was, I think, Nigeria also, missiles and weapons flying here and there. And it happens from time to time because, you see, there are two opposing sides, more or less. I'll put opposing in quotes. They are supposed to be working together. But whether you like it or not, it's either MPP, NDC, or some other party or some independent person who is there. So there will always be divergent views, always. You will raise an issue and somebody will counter it. We have different understandings of the same issue. And for that matter, forever and ever, as long as we are there in our political colors, there will be things we disagree on. In fact, people always say that Parliament always agrees on only one thing. When it comes to their personal emoluments and their car loans and things, it's both ends. Besides that, even if they want to share money for the people of Ghana for free, Parliament, somebody will have a different opinion. Let's say free SHS. Look at the debate around free SHS. For me, if you are somebody like me sitting down here who went through the thick and thin to arrive where I am today, you will understand that free SHS was one of the best things that ever happened to this country, for me, for somebody like me. And there are millions in Ghana here like me. You understand? So, but on this matter, look at the hula baloo around whether we should pay fees for our people or not. I was telling somebody recently that the day this issue of financing political parties, if we say, oh, MPs, at the end of the year, when you are going for your election, everybody should come for maybe some 10 million Ghana cedis to go around your election. We will see whether the hula baloo around it will be like free SHS. Because when their car loans come, no confusion. So, Parliament, you fought yourselves during speakers' voting. You fought yourselves recently. Even the end of the 8th Parliament was a total mess. We came here, right, on this very, very, very show to discuss it. And my position has been, we all know the truth.
Right.
We're big-time lawyers and parliamentarians, big-time people who have been there for almost forever. We're mixing the 8th Parliament and activities leading to the 9th Parliament. We came here, and that one was even a debate between MPP and DC around this very same table. And we knew that the 9th Parliament activities are just crossing. But it made the 8th Parliament almost all the good work they've done for the 8 years, for the 4 years, was almost messed up.
Yeah.
Had it not been that, to be sincere with you, I'm not sounding political here, but when things were getting out of hand, people said Afenyo shouldn't have gone to court. That if they decided not to go to court and they decided to begin to break tables like it happened now, just last week or so, it would have been an embarrassment. Another one. But somewhere along the line, somebody held back and decided to go to court. He was criticized for going to court, but I thought it was a better option than breaking tables and turning mics and pulling things down. But if that didn't end up in court, it would have ended up in brows and blows. So the point I'm trying to make is that they are gradually embarrassing themselves, and it will end up not only themselves, but this thing is on all the international media. It will be on Metro TV and the local media, and everybody will see it. And I heard one MP speaking about it. And he said his children were watching. Unfortunately, he was one of the people at the center of the activity. I heard him on a radio station trying to apologize and all that. But we shouldn't have gotten there at all. So like you said, and all Ghanaians who think that they are not doing the right thing, I think they themselves are the first people to sit. They shouldn't be pointing fingers at this time. Right. Something is wrong. Something is wrong with them first. And they must solve it amongst themselves. We said we have all decided to go under the rule of law, right? So if something is going on and we disagree, Moro, if I am not a parliamentarian, so I have a problem with my brother Moro, and then it turns to blows, and I take a stick and break his leg, right? And somebody, is that what you are teaching the people of Ghana? Because in fact, they are number 2, they are part of the 3, right? Mm-hmm. The executive, the legislature, the judiciary. Yeah. You are the topmost people in this country managing the country for us. Mm-hmm. So judges too begin to fight at the Supreme Court, right? And then you go to the presidency and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama versus Chief of Staff. Is that the country you people want? So nobody is happy with that. And I believe that they themselves are the pill to heal this disease is with them. But wherever the laws are not applied, this is what happens. Speak truth to authority. Mm. Whenever authority takes sides, and I will give you a very bizarre example. Okay. The Speaker has been the longest ever serving parliamentarian. I think since he entered Parliament in 1992. Yes. He's never exited. No. He rose, minority leader, majority leader, to the top. I am not expecting somebody like me to be explaining what should be done in Parliament to him. Yeah. But I will give you the example again. Look at what happened in the 8th Parliament. Now, let me leave there. They know what they should do. And they know that we didn't put them there to fight. And on the show, I was saying this thing during this week, that somebody was saying, oh, the Speaker has power to do anything. But you are upholding the law. You are making the laws for us, right? And the courts will uphold the law, whether you are right or wrong. But if you decide to break the law, the law you are making, you decide to break it, who will follow that law again?
That's a very valid question.
Who?
Yeah,
because you are making them, and you decide I won't abide by them. Who should follow? Okay, with His Excellency Rawlings, the statement, Moro, that's a very unfortunate statement to make. Very, very, very unfortunate statement. Let me tell you, if for that thing at all, I then mentioned something that, but for Jerry Rawlings, maybe, just maybe, we wouldn't have had the kind of stability we are enjoying today. He has his own flaws. But Rawlings, as we know him, brought or ushered in the kind of stability we are enjoying today. Hitherto, almost every 2 years or so, there will be a coup in Ghana here. The only person who was able to stand and stop a lot of the coups, even under him, he had more than 2-3 coup attempts against him. The one that Major Khalid Kwashiga was at GBC or something to foil the coup, to stop the coup, had almost succeeded, right? And so under him, the instability continued. That man stood, used all the skills available to him. I don't know how he did it, but from him, he was able to stop anybody who had funny ideas to make a coup. Perfect record in that sense. Also, you will realize that after those coup attempts and everything, he was the only person who was able to stay in power continuously for straight 19 years. That, he has a negative there for me. For me, the only negative there is that we have not had that stability ever. So if a single person had 19 straight years of stable rule, or there were problems, but of that kind of stability, I think we could have achieved more. But you cannot take it away from him. He brought some charisma on the table. He was able to stabilize an economy that had gone haywire. He was able to bring certain things. He went under the IMF with so many programs came, and he managed to bring us to where we are. Under such a situation, I am not saying there were no excesses. Yes, people died. Yes, people were beaten. People were unjustly treated. People were sent to jail for nothing. People were caught and lined up and shot for way less things than we are experiencing in these regimes that we have now. Way less. You heard the story of somebody who was executed for borrowing 50,000. Then 50,000 is now what, 5 cedis, right?
Yep.
Yeah. The guy lost his life for going to a bank to go and borrow current day 5 cedis, then 50,000. So there were excesses. And as the leader of the group, people will pin ultimate responsibility on him. But with the benefit of hindsight, I believe that if some of those excesses did not happen, we wouldn't have been sitting here by now.
Right.
That also does not mean that people have not been hurt. People have not gone through certain difficulties as a result of he becoming the head of state of this country. Now, going forward, until when President Kufuor came in 2000, he knew there was pain in people. For all you may know, I don't know who said that thing, but for all you may know, whoever might have made that statement might have been coming from a point. I don't believe that person should have even thought of making that statement, let alone making it. Because, like I said, President Kufuor came. We had a reconciliation commission. The whole nation spent money. We allowed people who are pained to vent whatever is inside them. The state apologized to them. People, if you listen to the commission's work, everybody who came there to speak, the commission will apologize to you and appeal to you for peace, for calm. Those who needed to be counseled, they got them support. So something was done to help us forget the pain. There is no need for anybody to go and bring it back, even if anything like that happened. I never heard any story where His Excellency, the former president, then as head of state, caught somebody, took a gun and shot him. I haven't heard that. So we are just pinning ultimate responsibility on him as the head. And today, so many things are happening. And this one, Moro, it serves my brothers. It teaches them a lesson. It brings to the table some level of conversation. In his speech, he cited Techimai As an example, throughout the election period, anytime I go on shows and people use unprintable words against His Excellency Akufo-Addo, then as president, in respect of the Chima, let them use the right word. He said it in a way I think is fair, that His Excellency Akufo-Addo benefited. This argument would have been fine that because he's president and his party won as a result of that or something. I'm not saying that is what it is, but I preferred his language that, like I was saying, His Excellency Jerry Rawlings might have had ultimate responsibility. If you are saying that because he was president and everything in the state is vested in him, so you are pinning the responsibility on him, that would have been fair. Rather than saying he is a wicked man, he is evil, he has murdered 8 people. So was it about 2-3 weeks ago, I asked somebody, after Obuasi happened, I asked the NDC guy I was on the show with, my brother, are you telling me that 2-3 days ago, within the past week, we lost 2 people who were shot at Takwa, right? Another 9 at Obuasi. Will you consider me being fair to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama saying he has gone to Obuasi to murder 9 people? And murdered. So it was the kind of statements they made, the kind of things they said.
Yeah. I think that
would bring people to this level, this very bizarre level.
I get it. We have to take a break, a short and a very short one. But you see, I think that it's important that we place this conversation in its proper context. You see, the conversation is not really about who takes ultimate responsibility. Okay, I mean, it's another conversation we can have. And of course, depending on where you stand, you would want to accept the theory of ultimate responsibility. It depends on whose feet the shoe is on. So I get that. But the question is that you are a member of parliament. You are in parliament. So much is expected of you as a member of parliament. And you yourself, you said it. When it comes to civility, decorum, and so on, discipline and so on, you're supposed to, live an exemplary life. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, perfect.
If you go and stand on some campaign platform and you make those comments, we can have a conversation about it, but then it won't be about parliament. Look, everything Adam has said and myself and all the people who have sent us messages are saying that, look, much is expected from you as an MP.
Yeah, that's one.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And even you condemned it from the beginning. Yeah. So I think that it is important that we separate the issues. The issue here is not about who takes ultimate responsibility, but it's about what is expected of a parliamentarian.
So
I think, and look at the times.
Well, I think we are not arguing on that. That is clear.
Yes, Ernest, we're just coming from this altercation, unfortunate as it is, that happened between MFA Hardcastle and Anodombre. Yeah. We're dealing with it. Speaker says, look, I'm going to invite MFA Hardcastle for a meeting and then I'll give my final ruling on the matter. Okay, we're coming from some scenes or some fallout from the vetting and some of the comments that have been made and so on. The same Anodombre who said, dismantle the table. And people have been asking people to go after him and punish him for that. Of course, the Emmanuel Beja committee is looking into the matter. We don't know what the findings will be. I'm saying that look at the times. Look at the perception. Look at the perception Ghanaians are increasingly beginning to develop or nurture about our parliamentarians or form about our parliamentarians. And at this time, the best thing you can say when a discussion about J.B. Dankwa, an illustrious son of this country, is being held, you think the best thing you can say is to hurl such an insult on an innocent daughter. So, in fact,
that's where I got to.
A former president.
That's where I got to when you came in.
Call her a murderer.
Even if, in fact, I've written here. Even if,
let's live the Bible.
Even if, let's say, somebody is an armed robber, or like, let's take it that somebody had murdered somebody.
Yes.
And he was incarcerated for it.
Yes.
Would you blame it on his son or daughter?
So it's
not fair. We asked for that one. I have left that angle completely.
This rhetorical question you just asked for me gives me a perfect time for us to take a break. It's a very important question. No, it's a very important
I had wanted to end with something. Something
no,
I put here.
Don't worry.
You made two statements that I need to just.
Don't worry at all. Let me go when
you want to corner me, then you take the
no, you don't have a problem. You can't come about me. Promise like about 2 minutes. No,
I hear you.
So this is Good Morning Ghana. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with the conversation and we'll try and wrap it up as quickly as we can. And then we'll look at the conflict that is beginning to brew in the pot of the state insurance company. That's SIC. A lot is happening there. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back.
Experience the enhanced protection of Star Motor Third Party Extra from Star Assurance, an enhanced motor third party insurance policy that provides cover for loss or damage to your vehicle's windscreens, side mirrors, back glass, and other glass components. Whether it's a crack or major damage, you can drive with the assurance that your vehicle is well protected. Our commitment to you includes affordable coverage options and a claims process that is both fast and straightforward, so you spend less time dealing with paperwork and more time on the road. Also, we have proudly partnered with Hope for Little Lives, an organization dedicated to supporting children in need. By choosing Star Motor Third Party Extra, you're protecting your vehicle and making a positive impact. Every policy you buy helps bring joy and support to children in underserved communities. Reach out to us now on our toll-free numbers 0800-177-177 or 0302-245-906 to sign up. Let us help you drive with peace of mind and purpose. Star Motor Third Party Extra. Drive with confidence, give back with heart.
Star Assurance, your solid partner.
Who are you? Who are you? Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bready poor mattress anymore? Don't some slippers then follow me. It is by the mattress we did the front there. Yeah? That'll be the mattress where the dead for. Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all. Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like ash foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
This is Coastal Park, a well-demarcated gated community carved out to host your residential and commercial properties. With a minimum of 40,000 Ghana cedis, you too can own a piece of this serene site.
It's just 50 minutes drive from the Central University College, as well as just some 5 minutes drive from the Ningo Senior High School. More so, just in case you live somewhere in Adam and you want to take that excursion to many of those areas along the Volta estuary, this is the right property for you to invest in.
Great news from Estate Masters Limited. We're running a 10% discount promo on all sites to celebrate our 10th year anniversary. Join in the celebration by becoming an Estate Master. Enjoy benefits such as free site visits throughout the duration, free indenture, and free site plan. Contact us for more information. Remember, T's and C's apply. Estate Masters Limited, your most preferred estate partner.
You're the answer to my prayers. You're with me everywhere. You're my angel, miracle. You're all I need tonight. Give me shelter from the rain. You breathe life in me
All right, welcome back. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. I know you're enjoying the conversation. It's a very interesting one, very intellectually stimulating, and that's one of the reasons why you tune into Good Morning Ghana. Here with me is Eric Edemagbana, who's a member of Parliament for the Keto North constituency. He's a youth champion, youth advocate, and he says he'll always champion the welfare and the interest of the youth of Ghana. And then also Ernest Adade is a member of the MPP's communications team, who's also with us here. We're having a conversation about the remarks, the unfortunate as it is, that was made about the daughter of the former president, Jerry Rawlings. I don't even want to repeat it. And we all here collectively agree that it was in bad taste. It's untenable, it's totally unacceptable, it's totally abhorrent, and we think that it's dastardly, for want of a better word. So, but Ernest, you want to make a quick concluding remarks on the matter,
quick,
so that we can move to.
In fact, let me be quick about it.
Yes.
In respect,
I want us to visit SIC.
Yeah, I'll finish. This
you know where the building is?
I heard.
Oh, so we'll go there.
So you see, you made two statements.
Yeah,
I
sure.
want us to put in perspective.
Okay.
Another press comments.
Okay.
In fact, you saw me try to listen to it again over
Yeah.
and over again.
Yeah.
He never said they should attack NDC.
Right.
No, that's not what he said.
Okay.
The video is there. Everybody can go online. And he said, if you go, he was speaking to party people in the constituency. And he said, if you come, okay, let me go back. The MPP is trying to bring back its disgruntled membership and supporters.
Okay.
People did not go to vote. We have ascertained that. So we have to make our people come back and come and own the party again. That's what we are trying to do. I am doing it everywhere I go, and I believe that is what we need to do now. He was speaking to party faithfuls, and he said, if you come back and come and support and help your party, if you come and an NDC man is beating your man, go and help your man. This is, in literature, you call it, I've forgotten.
An eye for an eye.
No. Literature has a word for using
you
something
mean,
to describe something.
Yeah, wrong begets wrong?
No, I'm coming.
Oh,
I'll
okay,
get
that's something you're
so
looking for. Okay.
he's telling his people that the NDC, let me tell you, let me make Ghanaians understand. The NDC told the people of Ghana, we don't want military at polling stations, even police. We don't want this, we don't want that. The NPP listened. I had a problem with that. But the NPP listened. Our MPs went into an election, in an election where we saw MP win, and NDC, I don't want to use the word tax, it will be too strong, but NDC supporters attacked the EC. You saw the gentleman, TikTok guy hitting his hand on the table, we will kill you, we will kill you. And they declared for the NDC. The MPP did not prepare for the kind of security under normal circumstances you would have prepared, because we all agreed that the NDC is calling for calm. We are going to rig the election. We want to prove that we are not going to rig the election. So people won the election, and then they were taking. So he said the NDC is attacking your people. If you sit back, the MPP will collapse. If you come and he is beating your people, support your people. He's speaking to Ablekuma North people. Let me tell you, did you see the video of NDC people vandalize the MPP office at Ablekuma North? Did you see that video?
Right.
Yeah. I kept saying it, and I've been saying it from that day till today. If the MPP guys in Ablekuma North were also ready to quote and unquote fight, an NDC tax, I don't like the word tax, but NDC supporters attack the NPP constituency office, tear off everything, and they are destroying the party office, and NPP people there to get up.
But Ernest,
what are you expecting?
That's fine. Ernest,
so I keep saying that I am not justifying Arnold, but I'm saying that our people, I support anybody who will stand also to defend.
But do you know what I find interesting?
The oppressor's rule. And somebody is oppressing him.
Yeah, but you find...
And so Arnold Dompress said, stand for your party.
All right.
I don't believe he is wrong. I believe that it is time for the NPP to come back to its own, rise up and stand for the MPP.
Okay, but Ernest, do you know what I find interesting about this comment you just made? You know, in your submission this morning, there are two things that I'll take away. Two things that I'll take away. You are somebody who has a problem with people who are probate and reprobate, right?
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, you have also said it here, and of course, if I am not telling the truth or I'm being dishonest, please,
I'll correct you.
Please correct me. Yes, you are my friend. One of the things you've also said is that as MPs, you must not be seen to be breakers of the law.
Exactly.
You must be seen to be people who are the upholders of the law. Yeah. So fact, right? We agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
We agree.
But I'm just listening to you tell me that Anodombre is justified, right, by calling people to action when his party members have been attacked. I.e., if my party people have been attacked, attack them and beat them too. So I'm saying, now, where's the consistency? I would have thought you'd say that as an MP, you would rather be seen to be rallying your people to report whatever has been done to them to the appropriate quarters, so that you are consistent in the advice that you're giving. A few minutes ago, uphold the law, respect the law. And the same person is now telling me that even if you are provoked, attack and attack back.
No,
so which is which?
Provocation. No, he said when they are beating you.
No, I mean, provocation can come back.
So what you're saying is, I want to correct what you just said.
Okay, so let him conclude. So
what I am saying is that it shouldn't happen in the first place.
Yes, I agree with you.
If as we are sitting in this room, and Adam starts slapping me, punching me, kicking me, and I'm sitting down, by the time you come from your table, I'm a dead man. Why don't I try to, at least if for nothing at all, defend myself?
It depends on what defending. It depends on what defending yourself
I don't
means.
want to look like I am justifying. I am not the kind of person who supports any form of violence or thing.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, we have seen videos of direct attacks on people. In fact, MPs, and Ablekumanov, if the NDC believed they won that election, why go and bend the evidence? Me, I believe that this building belongs to me. Moro is challenging me to it. Then I take the evidence that I have, or we all have, the evidence, which is the documentation on this land, the documentation on this building or whatever, and set fire to it. Who will believe this?
Okay.
Because they went and set fire to the school.
All right.
So the point I am making is, we have seen the place, they've set fire to it.
Yeah. No, you don't have
Adam may say he will not agree that the NDC bent it, but we believe that they did it. Because I have evidence of NDC supporters vandalizing Ablekumanov. The video is here. I will send it to you.
Have you submitted that to the police? No.
To which police? Look, Adam, let me finish on this. One second, and I'm done. Look, we have seen policemen standing there, and I have a serious problem with the IGP on this matter. That we have seen police people at the polling station, at the collation center, standing there, and all this, I will kill you and I will whatever happening, and he didn't act. We saw policemen standing at Tamale, and thugs were looting a Ghana government warehouse. Somebody was carrying something on the shoulder, I don't know whether it's rice or fertilizer or what, and told the policeman, open, I'm coming. Okay. And he went through like 20, 30 policemen. And there was no action.
That's fine.
Let me tell you, you think the police does not know that NDC guys have attacked?
So what's the remedy for this?
The remedy is calm on every level.
Okay.
And whatever is happening now, there is a man in office we call the commander-in-chief. When he called his own people to order, they didn't listen. He must order the police, do your job, protect life and property, whether it is MPP or NDC.
Right.
But when the people walk into some office and lock up the office and do whatever they want to do, and the police are standing aloof.
Okay.
We thought we were saying this IGP is a great IGP, the greatest ever. Okay. I beg to differ at a time like this with the evidence on our hand.
All right. Ernest, thank you. Let's do this quickly because I want us to go to SIC.
I think that before we go to the SIC, it's important for all of us to understand that, Moro, we have only one country, Ghana. And to build this country, we must allow and ensure that institutions are working and are working effectively.
Right.
I believe that it is reckless for a member of parliament, and especially when you find yourself in leadership in parliament, it's a big business. For a member of parliament to incite party supporters, irrespective of the platform on which he was. And when I meet Honorable Anodompe today, I will let him know that those comments from him, reckless comments, because we have institutions that deals with issues of violence or clashes. As lawmakers, we must not be seen to be encouraging people to break the very laws that we are making.
You are the first to break it. You broke it already.
So it is reckless for a member of parliament to incite party support. Now, when the NDC members also decide to react and say, okay, we have taken the same advice from you. And so we too, when we see two people fighting, we will join that on. What
the result is a breakdown in love and all that.
And that is why it is reckless that such a statement.
So the point is,
coming
why
from
didn't you
member of
stop your
parliament.
people
Now,
from doing just that?
when
You should have stopped them. And even His Excellency the President tried to stop them.
In conclusion, I kept quiet for you.
Please allow.
In conclusion,
yes.
NS today is talking about policemen standing, witnessing these things without doing anything about it.
Yeah.
But you saw the video.
What was your position when Honorable Hawa Kumsen fired gunshots? Is she above the law?
Are you going back to that?
No, you're asking me if I'm going back to that. I'm trying to tell you, I'm making a point.
Okay. So your people to fire gunshots and the police
no, I'm not encouraging.
So
I'm
what
saying
are
that
you saying?
let us build our institutions.
Okay.
And so don't make it appear as though all of a sudden you slept, woke
Somebody
up, and all of a sudden
a warning
the
shot.
police has become
So your people should beat everybody in the country.
We have
close every shop.
It is your leader in parliament
let's make
that
progress.
has made that call.
Let's
I
make
think that
progress.
is important.
It doesn't make it right.
Let's make
It's
progress.
important
Please.
to
Let's
do the
make
right thing.
progress.
It's
So
reckless commentary.
So we're
and
taking.
They should go ahead and declare the results in favor of Irabena. Per the records available
We're
to us.
We're taking a ride to
the
SIC building. We want to go and know what's happening there. And but before we do that, let's look at how the various newspapers have reported this very unfortunate, how do you call it, back and forth between the outgoing and incoming MD. Now, the Daily Post this morning reports that ex-SIC MD withdraws suits challenging termination of appointment. And the story reads, the immediate past managing director of SIC Insurance Company Limited, that's Hollister Dia Yentumi, has withdrawn her court application seeking to halt the termination of her appointment by President John Dramani Mahama. According to Joy Business, this decision follows a high-stakes meeting held earlier today, February 6, 2025, between the key parties involved in the dispute. Sources indicate that an agreement has been reached to resolve the matter out of court. As part of this resolution, Madam Dia Yentumi has also withdrawn her lawsuit challenging the appointment of James Ejenim Boateng as the new managing director of SIC Insurance. The former MD had initially taken legal action against the company and its newly appointed acting MD, citing unfair termination and disrespect for corporate governance structure. In her suit filed on February 4, Dia Yentumi argued that her appointment was contractually secured for a 4-year term set to expire January 1, 2028. She maintains that any changes to her tenure must be approved by the company's board of directors through a resolution by shareholders at an annual general meeting. With the lawsuit now withdrawn, both parties are expected to finalize their settlement terms outside of the court. Now, there's another angle to the story, which was reported by the Informer newspaper. Now, it says, leave MD for life, leave in peace. SIC staff advised Dia Yentumi. It says, some anonymous staff and members of SIC Insurance Company Limited, a state-owned insurance firm, have expressed frustration over the refusal of the immediate past managing director, Ms. Hollister Dia Yentumi, to hand over office keys and essential documents to the newly appointed MD, James Ejenim Boateng. This development has reportedly hindered operations of the company and has damaged its reputation. According to the staff, the Ministry of Finance has officially appointed Mr. James Ejenim Boateng as the new MD, making the delay in the transition both unnecessary and problematic. we are under the Ministry of Finance, and the minister has officially communicated appointment of Mr. James Ejenim Boateng as our new MD. And I don't see why the former MD should refuse to hand over to him. Like our new MD who has been appointed by the current administration, Ms. Dua Yentumi, was also appointed by the former MPP government. And as there is a change in government, everybody here knows that there will be changes in the management of the company. So what is she holding on to? It's a shame, and she has to immediately hand over to him, an anonymous staff said. The anonymous staff had stressed the delay in handing over is impacting negatively on the operations of the company. So credible sources reveal that the previous SIC board allegedly extended Ms. Yentumi's contract on December 17, 2024 until January 2028, raising further concerns about her reluctance to step down. So this story,
yes,
you know, it's been trending since, I believe, Wednesday or so, when we heard James Ejenim Boateng speak to some media houses and telling them that even though he has an appointment letter to start work as an MD of SIC, he's gone there, he's met some of the staff, but his personal office has been locked. So he can't have access to his personal office. He's been trying to reach Hollister. She's not answering her call. He spoke to some of the board members, and they also said they didn't know what was happening. And then a day after, he decided to file a suit in court, challenging how her contract was terminated, and even the processes the process leading up to the appointment of James Ejenim Boateng. Now, but that's just one side of the matter, because that side, for a lot of people, highlights a number of issues. One which has to do with corporate governance issues, also corporate governance and even the procedures, you know. And then, of course, contractual obligations. Of course, there are also issues about the role of extended or external authorities or external forces, especially when it comes to managing public listed companies, you know, which has been a matter which has always come under public scrutiny and public conversation. Now, what do you make of this? Let me just simply put it.
Okay.
You've been following it too, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've been following this story.
Yes.
And,
but there's another interesting twist to the matter when you're done.
Okay, so let me first congratulate our brother
James Ejenim
Boateng.
Yeah.
I think that he is one of the young men who have served this party very well, and his humility for me is very key. I have had some calls from workers or staff at SIC who expressed gratitude to President Mahama for appointing James Ejenim Boateng, because according to them, they know and they have seen his level of humility, and that is what they expect that he will bring on board, because not to really focus on the outgoing MD, but some of the commentary from the place may vindicate why you can read from the papers that some staff are asking her to expecting her to hurry up and leave. Because you see, I always tell people that when you are given the opportunity to serve, one key thing is that you ought to be humble. Humility in service is very key. So James, I believe, will do very well because of his ability to learn, handle complex situations, emotional intelligence, all of that. So congratulations to my brother James. Moro, the Companies Act gives companies, gives shareholders the opportunity or the mandate to appoint their directors. And so the power to appoint or remove directors rests with the regulation of the company. So for every company, they have a unique set of rules that guides how these appointments are made and under what conditions anyone could be removed. Now, when you read the letter that appointed
James Ejenim Boateng.
No, that appointed the outgoing
Hollister.
Yentumi. One party, they have Wontumi and Yentumi.
No, this is Hollister Dia Yentumi.
Yentumi, okay. So we have Wontumi and we have Yentumi. Okay. So
what has the party got to
no,
do
no,
with
no. In the same party, you have wound to me and yen to me. Is that
I am from today,
that's on the right to me.
I am today met
From today, from today, NS is meant.
I am now met to me.
So back to the issue.
Yeah.
So if you look at the letter that appointed her, it wasn't at a board resolution that she got appointed. It is the same power that government, as the majority shareholder in SIC, use their mandates to appoint you as the chair.
But she says that she was appointed by the board.
Did you read the appointment letter?
Oh, do you have it? Do you have it? No, I'm more ready to see the appointment letter.
Of her appointment letter.
Okay.
All over the place. I have seen her appointment letters even on social media.
Yeah.
If you can give me a few minutes.
Okay.
Where's the Accra mayor? He is the one that has the receipts of all of these things. When you read, I'll get to the letter. When you read the letter, she benefited from a similar exercise of power from President Akufo-Addo.
Okay, so good. So Annie has just sent me the letter.
Very good.
So I can forward it to
so
you.
You can project it.
Okay,
you can
so fine.
Project it.
Annie, please project it if it's possible. Please project it. Let's read it and see whether there's a difference between this appointment letter and that of James Ejeni Boateng.
Exactly.
Okay, so Annie, I think it will be interesting for us to show both James Ejeni Boateng's appointment letter and her appointment letter. And then we'll see what the difference. So once that is done, we'll read it. But please go ahead. Yes.
Because you see, government is the majority shareholder.
Why do you want to see this appointment letter?
It would help and
government is
Adam's own when it comes.
Government is the green letter. Government is the majority shareholder in the State Insurance Corporation, and government has appointed a new managing director. I think it is only proper for her to hand over peacefully. But you see, I do not even want to go into the legalities yet.
Yeah.
Her attitude, the audacity to lock up the office. Is that right? Even if, assuming without admitting that it was illegal.
Or the appointment didn't follow due process.
The appointment did not follow due process.
Yes.
What audacity do you have to lock up the office, took the keys away, and say you have refused to before even proceeding to court? You knew that as a lawyer, court was an avenue for you to seek redress. And yet, you took the law into your own hands, locked up your office, and wanted to apply Takashi before you even proceeded to court that you were suing. I think that some of these things are unacceptable and must not be encouraged anywhere. And I am happy on this particular issue. I have seen and read articles and commentary from many NPP folks who condemned her and asked her to hand over and go. Because these characters, some of these characters, must not be allowed anywhere near public office. Because you benefited from a similar exercise of mandate from the President Akufo-Addo, and you were appointed. Your tenure is, a new president comes in, the majority shareholder decides that this is the person that can best lead my agenda in the State Insurance Corporation. So hand over and leave. As a lawyer and somebody who respects the law.
Okay, good.
The only option, yes.
So Adam, so let's do this. Let's do this. So as you can see it,
that is enough.
Appointment of Managing Director for SIC Insurance Company Limited. The President has nominated Ms. Hollister Duayen to me for appointment as the Managing Director of SIC Insurance Company Limited. Right? Now, it says Ms. Duayen to me's appointment should take effect from the first day of January 2024. Kindly take the necessary steps to implement the said appointment in accordance with the Companies Act 2019 Act 992 and the regulations of the company.
Yes.
Attached to this letter is Mrs. Duayen to Miss Curriculum Vitae. Please accept the President's best wishes. And that's come from Nana Bede to Asante, Secretary to the President. So that's Hollister's appointment letter.
So who made the nomination?
So Annie, please, can we see that of
James Ejeni Boateng?
Yeah, this is the President.
Great. Now let me tell you.
Okay.
There is a reason why.
Okay.
All the appointments that President Mahama has made so far, they describe the individuals as acting MDs.
Yes.
And so when you go to TOR, Mr. Edmond Combat has been appointed as acting managing director of
Of
TOR.
TOR, yes.
When you go to NIA, Yaya Koku has been appointed as acting CEO or executive secretary of the National Identification Authority.
Yes.
You go to DVLA, Nikwe Logas has been appointed as acting. Why? Because when the nomination is made, there is a procedure that is followed before the appointment is formalized for them to take. So they have to go to the public
commission service.
Public commission, public workers
Public
commission,
Services Commission.
Yeah. For it to be regularized.
Yes.
And so James has been appointed or nominated by President Mahama as acting, the same process that you benefited from. And so why are you all of a sudden trying to cause trouble all over the place, lock up the office, which is even illegal, because it is not your family's property. It is not your family's inheritance. It is a state property. And the power rests in the President of the Republic, who leads the executive body. And government of Ghana, being the majority shareholder, has the mandate to decide those who will constitute the board. And SIC is not the only listed company. We've had appointments made to GCB. We even went further to appoint board chairman, the Venerable Professor Alabi, as board chairman for the GCB board. Did you hear that the outgoing MD of GCB locked up the offices and refused to give the keys to the incoming MD? Did you hear that anywhere? SIC is not the only listed company. So why do we even want to have a conversation around that attitude or that intolerance from the lady, from the outgoing CEO, locking up the office? This is even for me the issue we should be discussing. You are a lawyer. If you believe that there is a cause in law for you to challenge the appointment of your replacement, what you do is to go to court.
Yeah.
Not for you to lock up a state property and refuse to hand over the asset. I think that some of these people...
I mean, what for me surprises me is that if you knew, I mean, and you know what, she's a practicing legal practitioner, or she's been practicing law for 20 years.
The audacity.
And she served in so many capacities.
Why
right?
are you so worried?
And for somebody who has been, a private legal practitioner for almost 20 years, you know the forum to go to when you feel that your matter has not been dealt with.
Exactly.
Legally. But for you to lock the
office. I mean,
when you know that you go to court, so Charlie, hand over the keys and go to court. So something doesn't add up.
It simply doesn't add up. And I'm happy she has gone to withdraw. I'm told she has withdrawn the case. I hope by this morning she will open the office and allow James to enter his office and then begin work. We are in a hurry to perform and fulfill all our promises.
Annie, do we have the other aspect of the matter which has also generated some serious public discussions? I mean, salaries. So this is not personal to her. I mean, it's about whoever, because James and Jenny Boateng will enjoy same. But I'm talking about the salary and other allowances and so on and so forth. Because you see, Ernest, do you know what?
Is that mischief?
No, it's not. It's not.
Do you know what?
It has put
one of the grounds or one of the conditions under which is actually accepting to withdraw this in court is because the board has sat with her. They've told her that we'll pay you your salary for the unexpired period that you're not going to be an MD.
Yeah. Oh, so
yes.
84.
So this is massive.
For locking up the office, they should even
2024. From 2024, the board gave a letter somewhere in April. The president's appointment letter was given. She received it in April, in January, right? So, but the board gave a letter in April, and then there was an addendum to that particular letter. Now, what it means is that we're going to have to calculate her salary from April 2024 to 2028. And pay all of that to her. So these are her benefits. So there's gross basic salary of 840,000 per annum. Gross basic salary of 70,000 per month. Clothing allowance, we've seen it. That's 84,000 per annum. There's entertainment allowance of 7,000 per month. Wow. Canteen allowance of 850 cedis per month. Professional allowance of 1,200, and there's house help 3,000. Personal security 3,000 cedis. But there's a very just on a lighter note, there was a guy who said, what even annoys him is that she didn't come to take him as his side man.
If a man had all these,
if I have 2 minutes, just 2 minutes on this before we go to next. Yes, my 2 minutes is that sincerely, yes, I have monitored conversations on this space about this, all the benefits.
Oh, the Ghana. Okay, hold on. So we're not done. So the Ghana is 2,000 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
Hey! $3,000 for air ticket for annual tour. There's $810 per diem daily for official trips. Official residence with free utilities, property rates, and other taxes. Payment of annual membership of one professional association. And there's a V8 Toyota Land Cruiser and 450 liters of fuel. There's mobile phone and rechargeable units. Yeah.
Let me say this.
I want to be.
Yeah, but do you not understand why she don't want to go?
Yeah, I now understand. But you see, on the lighter note,
that's why she don't want to go. That will be why she don't want to go.
The conversation around this is that the conversation around this is that you see, because we the politicians, members of parliament, ministers of state, we are always the ones going to seek for the people's vote and all that. Will you be surprised to know that none of us in public office, politicians, our conditions of service is nothing compared to the kind what we have seen.
But this is no news.
No, this is no news. But I'm making a point. But we are the ones that always. So, for example, we're talking about car loan. For MPs, it is a loan that is even deducted from your salary.
Okay.
But for MD of a state agency, you have it. With even fuel, MPs have nothing like fuel allowance and all of that. The point is that we must strive to ensure better salary, better remuneration for workers in the public sector. Because it's teachers, nurses, and professionals, people who are working for state agencies. Some of them receive very, very, very little. That cannot even sustain them for a month. They begin to see some of these things. Then they get agitated. I think that one of the...
They feel unfairly treated.
I think that the single spine policy was introduced to address, to correct some of these inequalities. But the inequalities still exist. Teachers are crying. They need better salaries. Nurses are crying.
Except campaign is over.
No, campaign is over. No, I agree with you.
When it comes to the publicly listed companies, they've been listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange.
Yes.
There are some other shareholders. My argument is this, and my position is this: that look, if the company is churning out some good profits, if the company is churning out some good profits, I don't think there's anything wrong with people being paid those kinds of salaries. If you're delivering, I have a problem when people are being paid huge sums of money and they are CEO or MDs of parastatals that are making such huge losses.
Maybe
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, but these ones are making some huge profits.
I agree with you. So maybe some of us have always had the belief that we must get
but you still think we must look at it?
No, I think that we must get to a situation, where some of these benefits are tied to performance.
I agree with you.
KPIs.
I agree with you.
You must tie some of these benefits so it becomes an incentive.
Okay.
But when you sit there and you feel that whether I perform or not, whether the company makes losses or not, I am entitled to what I'm entitled to.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
Then it becomes unacceptable.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's look at how we can tie benefits to KPIs.
Mashing the next 5 minutes. I don't know whether you do this 5 minutes, but please bear with me.
The appointment of
Hollister.
Was yen to me.
Oh, okay.
He prefers that.
Yeah.
The appointment letter was given by the board.
Yeah.
What the president gives. They are all in acting position for only one reason.
Yeah.
Most of the.
In fact, with the Hollister one, there's a follow-up letter.
Yeah. All of them. That's why the president can only appoint them in acting capacity, so that the boards will come and ratify it and then confirm them, and that they will now be substantive CEOs. And when the board was given the appointment letter in January 2024, the board saw it necessary, or they thought it was right, for them to give him a 4-year contract. I don't know about how it has been. In fact, one of their former CEOs was a colleague on the Get Fund board when I was there, so we were quite close. And I think they gave them a term. So the lady might have a point when he said I was given an appointment for a 4-year term, and the 4-year term has not expired. So why are you sacking me? You should have cause. You should have good reason why you are sacking her. Secondly, you will realize that almost all the activities that happen in all these state-owned agencies are determined by their boards. So as somebody is taking this kind of remuneration that you are talking about, and Moro had made it look like it's so mouth-watering, some of the state agencies are getting maybe better.
That's true.
Yeah. I don't want to mention any
We know
agency,
some of them,
but I'm aware of agencies
it's a fact.
that are way better than this. And like Adam said, I thought we wanted to use single spine to try and correct some of the anomalies and things and bring people up a little. But I think we couldn't do it to perfection. So these are things that we should be able to work on it. Moro, there is a publication some time back that somebody went to Supreme Court to challenge why the president comes to office and sacks all the chief executive officers of the state-owned agencies. And the Supreme Court cited provisions in the Constitution to say that the president cannot do that. So a lot of CEOs also have this at the back of their mind. I believe that whatever we are doing, sincerely, one of the challenges we have with the state-owned agencies is their allegiance to political parties. So the president appoints Moro. Moro goes there, misbehaves, and the president is blamed. Moro goes home scot-free. Nobody is punishing or doing anything to them. So all I'm trying to say on this matter is that these must be corrected. Let it not be knee-jerk activities, knee-jerk actions. But there's one thing we have to make clear. I don't believe when James got to the office, the woman was there. So the assertion and the publication that she went away with the key and she deliberately locked. When you are leaving your office, you lock your door.
Right.
So it might not have been that she deliberately left with it, but she made her case. If the board agreed that we gave her a 4-year term and we want to remove her now, then it is within her right to also get the payment for the unexpired.
So Kujosun Bafu says hello. He says, please tell my brother Ernest to stop trying to make excuses for lunacy. I ask him, even if he had won elections with this kind of majority, will those disputed seats have been in discussion? How many of those seats have the ruling NDC?
Oh, Kojo, I'll call you later. We'll continue the conversation.
Robert Coleman says I should tell you that he says hello and that he wants, one of your fugu.
My fugu.
He says nice fugu. Please tell him I want one. He says you should give him one.
He's a very good
and then Jackson, a very good friend. Jackson, who's the media coordinator for Movement for Change. You're watching the show. Good morning, my brother. How are you? I hope you're doing very well. Right, and then of course, this one here says that just a quick one. Yes, good. Now Musa Abatwa in Asawasi says, good morning, Moro. Seriously speaking, I cannot find the head and tail of what the former SIC boss issues are. Clearly, she acted in bad faith. A political appointment comes with understanding that when power shift automatically affects the position. And then this one quickly, this one says, Moro, whether the micro minority. Okay, it's a very long one. I will not be able to read all of these. But anyway, thanks for watching another edition of Good Morning Ghana. But before we go, we had earlier told you that here we celebrate Ghanaian entrepreneurs. And our very good friend Robert Coleman has been doing some wonderful job. Just watch this. Have a good day. Assalamu alaikum. Juma Mubarak. Bye-bye.
I'm extremely excited today that we have managed to bring this edifice to this particular level. And let me use this opportunity to thank His Excellency, the President, John Dramani Mahama. Some years...
This is Coastal Park, a well-demarcated gated community carved out to host your residential and commercial properties with a minimum of 40,000